It's now Tuesday, 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm gonna have to talk you through what happened today. I couldn't really film anything because we were again in government offices and at the vets, and they don't really like you having your camera out. So I have taken a few pictures and I'll kind of just insert them as I explain what happened today. But I met Ivana this morning at 9 o'clock, and the gentleman from the government offices has Ivana called to basically chase up the paperwork because the mayor had to sign the agreement to say that they were happy to hand over the dog. So Ivana called the guy at 9 and he said, meet me at the offices at 10 and then I'll give you the paperwork that you need to then go to the vets to do the pet passport. So we got there at about 9:10 and we waited for him until he turned up about 10:20. We got the paperwork, it was signed by the mayor, which basically means that Maria officially belongs to me. Whew. And then we went immediately to the vets. The vet called and said, I can't do the pet passport until 1 o'clock. So we waited around. We also had to call the shelter where Maria is now staying, which is about 20 minutes away, for them to transport her to a different village to see the vets. So Ivana's been brilliant. There was so much kind of organising, juggling things around. We also went to the pet shop, and I'll insert a picture now of the crate that Maria's going to be travelling in. We got the biggest size, and I think lengthwise it's about 103 centimetres, 73 centimetres tall. It's the biggest crate that we could get because to meet IATA requirements, the dog has to be able to turn around and stand up without hitting its head. So we had to basically go for the biggest crate, which is a size 7, and it was €200. The guy in the pet shop is going to keep it until I come back to Greece to collect Maria in a few weeks. Once that was sorted, we went to the vets, and the vet, he's lovely, but very much a case of don't talk to me whilst I do this. I just need to make sure that this is all done correctly. So you kind of just zip it, don't ask any questions. And that's fair enough because he did everything within about 20 minutes. So he filled out the pet passport, he did the rabies vaccinations, he did everything that she needed, tapeworm, the flea treatment, filled out all of my details, made sure that the microchip could be recognised. I got all of the paperwork done, and Ivana again arranged pretty much everything, and she's been driving me here, there and everywhere on her scooter as well. So long story short, I've got all of the paperwork needed to take her back, apart from the clinical examination, which is only valid for 2 days. So when I come back to Greece to collect her in a few weeks, hopefully, I need to take her back to the vets to get the clinical examination stamped in the pet passport, and she also needs to have the tapeworm treatment again, and there's a specific time frame that you have to administer it as well, and it's 24 hours, no less than 24 hours before travel and no more than 5 days. So if I come back for 2 to 3 days, I just need to make sure I get the timings right. But Maria is officially registered to me, but I'm going to be Auntie Bex when we go back to the UK. And I'm going to transfer ownership, obviously, to her mummy, that's going to be Rachel. So I'm very excited to be Auntie Bex. And Ivana's going to be second auntie. We've already decided that. But Maria was good as gold this morning. She's heavy, so we kind of had to lift her onto the metal table so that the vet could do everything. But she didn't squeal, she didn't cry, she didn't bark, she didn't do anything. She's just good as gold, really. I had to cut the video off a second because I saw that I had an email from Rachel that just came through, and I said to her earlier, I don't think the flight to get Maria back is going to be that expensive. I estimate it's going to be around £300 or so, because I remember bringing Clara back from Dubai and it was about 300, and I thought, wow, we're in Greece. But it's all to do with the weight and the size, and obviously this container is massive. and they've basically just replied. So this is TUI, but I think the cargo department take care of all of the inquiries. Basically said that it's 1,100 euros or pounds, I can't quite remember, not that it makes much difference, plus the flights. But they're also talking about broker charges. So I don't know whether they think that we need to employ somebody in Greece to get her on the flight. But I've just said I'll be here to basically get her on the flight. So all we need is a ticket. We don't need any help with the paperwork. Anybody kind of taking her to the airport, everything's sorted. I just need space in the cargo. That's all we want a quote for, but they seem to be adding lots of things on, so that's what I'm trying to sort out now. Rachel's just going to call the lady. I don't think the lady is particularly helpful, if I'm honest. We've called her Mrs. Moody. And we're trying to explain from here that we don't need anything extra, It's really tricky to sort out, It would be so much easier just to have a conversation on the phone and say, this is what we need, this is what we've done. But you have to email, and for some reason they're really reluctant to give you any information or to book anything over the phone. It has to be done kind of back and forth on email. So Rachel has just, I think, plucks up the courage to to give them a call. And it's not pleasant, is it, when you're trying to arrange something and you just need somebody on the end of the phone to be helpful and to take the time to say, okay, I understand what you're trying to achieve, let's take half an hour and sort everything out with you. But yeah, so I'm just gonna walk to the beach and hopefully I'll have some more news in about 10 minutes from now. Hi everyone, so it's obviously evening time now. I'm not too sure what time it is, maybe about 9:30. And I thought I would show you something before I go to bed, which is very exciting. And that is, let me show you properly, Maria's pet passport. Very, very exciting. I spent the whole day today. I can't actually even remember if I vlogged this morning and spoke to the camera about what happened. I think I did. But so much has happened today. And yeah, I think I did, because I remember saying that I couldn't vlog much at the vet because the vet didn't want me taking pictures or filming anything, which is fair enough. So I think what I'll do is I'll try and update you again now and then just edit out anything that I've said twice so you don't have to listen to it again. But I think it's about 9:30 now on the day that before I fly back to the UK. So I fly back tomorrow, Wednesday, the 20th of July. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Clara, to be honest. But I've spent pretty much the whole afternoon on Messenger with Rachel and Ivana, and emailing. Well, Rachel's been doing all the work, to be fair, but emailing back and forth to agencies and to TUI, which is the airline that is hopefully flying Maria back to the UK. But it's really complicated, and I don't know whether it's because let me sit down. I don't know whether it's because we're not in the EU anymore that it's very complicated, but you basically have to have an agent in Greece. Even if I was to take her to the airport and get her on the flight, you still need an agent. And I don't quite understand what their role is, but you basically need to hire one. She can be on the flight by herself, that's absolutely fine. And then on the other end, so when she arrives into Manchester, because we can't fly her into Bristol, you have to pay another agency, which again are the same agents that I paid for Clara, and they're called Pets on Jets, I think, which is a pretty cool name. And you pay them to bring her from the aircraft through customs to the other side so that Rachel can pick her up. No, what's happening is you hire then another company to collect Maria from the airport to take her directly to Rachel's house, which is about 3 hours away. So poor Maria, I know it's going to be a long journey for her. She's going to be in that crate pretty much for 10 hours, I would say. But it's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so worth it. She was good as gold at the vet's earlier. She did try to jump out of the car, to be fair, out of the boot when we tried to get her back in to go to the shelter. But I think everything will be absolutely fine. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is her previous owner, not so much owner, but the person who she was living with, has been to Ivana's shop again tonight, pretty much screaming, saying, "Where's my dog? Where's my dog?" And there was, again, like I was saying last night, a tiny bit of guilt, I would say, from my side, and just asking myself, was this the right thing to do? You know, was this the right thing to do? But then I think with my logical mind, was Maria being fed? No. Was she being given water? No. Was she being taken to the vet on a regular basis? No. Was she healthy? Kind of, but she needed a bath and she needed a haircut. She got run over a few years ago. A tourist had to pay for her to be able to go to the vets. She was just limping around the streets in absolute agony. So is that fair? No, it's not. But it's been a whole day pretty much of just trying to organise things. And to be fair now, I've done, I would say, very little in terms of, you know, trying to organise things. Rachel has been doing most of the emailing. I'm not very good or patient, I would say, with admin and spreadsheets and, you know, just being patient and waiting for people to respond. I just like to get on the phone and say, okay, this is my plan, help me to complete it. And with things like this, it's a case of emailing, waiting for a response, and then going back and forth, and I just don't really have the patience to do it. So I'm leaving that to Rachel. She's been very, very organised and, you know, great at emailing and giving people breakdowns of what we're trying to achieve and stuff. So as it stands right now, there is a flight for Maria to go back from Heraklion in Crete to Manchester on the 29th of August, and she would land at around midnight, I believe. So now we're just trying to figure out what needs to happen on this side before she can get on the flight, and what needs to happen in Manchester when she arrives. And that's it. So within less than 5 to 6 weeks, she'll be home. I really, really miss her. I really miss her. But tomorrow I'm going to go and see her. It's my last day here. So I'm going to get a taxi and then go to the next village where the shelter is, or the dog hotel, as I like to call it, and spend a few hours with her before I go. And Ivana's going to come as well. So I'm going to make a cup of tea, head to bed, and I'll see you in the morning. Welcome back, everyone. It's now the 20th of July, Wednesday, and it's my final day here in Greece. I've just packed my bags and I'm just ready to check out now. Just had breakfast as well. It's 10 o'clock and I'm meeting Ivana at 11:45. So I thought what I would do is just go and check out now and then walk down to the beach and just have a little walk around one last time, because I don't think I'm gonna have time. The taxi's picking me up at 8 o'clock tonight to go to the airport, and the flight leaves at 10:30. Looking forward to seeing Maria. I had a really weird dream yesterday about her. I dreamt that she was a puppy, and the Romanian guy, I don't really like saying it like that, like the Romanian, the guy that she used to stay with found her, and he was trying to shoot at me and at her, and he was screaming, and I was trying to protect Maria. And then I woke up. I know that she's safe, nothing bad is going to happen, but I don't know, I just had this horrible feeling when I woke up this morning about her safety. But then I had to remind myself that she's in a kennel in a dog hotel and she's safe, you know. So I'm just walking back up to Piscopiano to meet Ivana. I'm feeling a little bit out of sorts today. I don't know whether it's because I'm sad because I'm leaving Maria in a dog shelter. Well, it's a hotel really for dogs, but I don't know. It feels like I'm leaving the process unfinished, and I wanted to have this feeling of, right, she's on a flight, she's back, but it's like I'm leaving it and I feel a little bit like I'm in limbo. Like part one is coming to an end, I have to go home for 5 weeks and just get on with normal life and then come back and get her on a flight. I guess it just takes time, doesn't it? Adopt a dog and get her on a flight within a week is a little bit too much of a push, so I just have to believe in divine timing and know that she'll come back to the UK when she's meant to come back to the UK. And maybe this time in the dog hotel will do her good. It will be a nice transition from being on the streets to learning a little bit that she's safe and getting used to having regular meals and regular water, going out for walks, you know. I just feel really sad that I'm not going to get to see her for ages. She's being cared for really well and she's safe. That's the main thing. Just walked past where she used to roam around on the streets just one last time, and obviously she's not there. But I know that last night the previous owner went to Ivana's shop and was pretty much, you know, out of it and screaming and asking where his dog was. But if anything happens or if they go to the police, you know, Maria's in my name. She's registered to me, so there's nothing they can do. And Maria was never registered to them anyway. She was always registered to the Greek government. So yeah, walking back, I'm meeting Ivana in 30 minutes from now. I'm just trying to figure out where Maria is, because when we initially dropped her off, she was in this kind of temporary dog hotel just for one night because we had to bring her back to the vets yesterday. And the other one is the proper dog hotel where she has a lot more space, massive garden, and it's quieter, so she's not going to be surrounded by loads of dogs, because that may stress her out a little bit. But I'm just asking Ivana if she can call to make sure that she's in the new one, because we're getting a taxi, so I don't want to have to go to the first one for them to say, oh no, actually she's been moved now. The day that she gets to my friend's house, I think it's going to take a few weeks for her to find her bearings and to try to understand what's going on with regards to her new home and the weather, and everything's going to be so different.
How many smiles does it take to be happy? How many times do you have to feel lonely before you get the chance to meet someone, before you get to meet someone like you? How many songs can you write about heartbreak? How to go on when you're fed up with mistakes? Maybe I just found the answers. Maybe I just found the answers in you. Come give me all your love. I want you to know we can make it together. Let the wind blow. All we need is each other. Come take my hand. You're all that I have now. I won't let you go, 'cause I found all the answers in you. Ooh. got you. We don't have to stay. We can do what we want to. Just give a little bit of your heart. Give a little bit of your heart to me. All of my scars start to heal when I'm with you, and I can't explain how I feel when I'm with you. Just give a little bit of your heart. Give a little bit of your heart to me. Just come give me all your love. I want you to know we can make it together. Let the wind blow. All we need is each other. Come take my hand. You're all that I have now. I won't let you go, 'cause I found all the answers in you. Take me away. I'm okay if I got you. We don't have to stay. We can do what we want to. Baby, I just found the answers. Baby, I just found the answers in you.